Hello to the chicos and the chicas. Today on the menu is going to be an endgame, a very particular endgame type, bishop versus connected pass pawns. You are going to see an extract from a lesson of mine in which we are going to discuss this topic, and I'm also going to show you a really cool and very old Russian chess problem slash riddle which exactly deals with this how to use your bishop against connected pass pawn problem. So let's dive right into it. One thing, Daniel, that you definitely want to take away from the engine's recommendation here, and that is very inspiring, is to go behind the pawns.
Okay.
That's where you always want to be. There is this very famous Russian exercise that I really like to show to my students, and in fact I may have actually shown it to you already, which actually features only these pieces, no kings. But I have to set the kings on the board because otherwise obviously the software doesn't allow me to set up the position. And the task is that your job with the bishop is to hold the pawns. So imagine that the kings don't move.
Okay.
Actually, can I ask you to play this out with white? So let's just play it against each other. You play with white, I play with black.
Okay. So I'm not trying to capture pawns, I'm just trying to hold them?
Well, obviously, if you can take them, by all means be my guest.
Okay. Okay.
You are warmly invited and welcome to slaughter me in whatever way you can.
Okay. This is tricky.
No pressure, just play it out, Daniel. We'll play more than once.
Okay.
Because I want you to play it out so that you understand the motives and you see them.
Okay.
Not very often do I encourage you to play moves without calculating. Sorry, what was that?
Bishop e4.
Bishop e4. Okay, I go here. You are not allowed to move the kings. Neither am I.
Okay. Bishop f5.
Okay.
Holding the pawns. Wow, this is getting tricky. Bishop c2.
Daniel goes, I love you, coach. Thanks for the easy task.
Yeah. We haven't done this, by the way.
Okay, good. I didn't think we did. I did do this with a lot of my students, but if I had to guess, I would have said that we have not done this together. We are going to learn a very awesome lesson here about the bishop's power and its blockading capacity, or potential, I should rather say, when applied well.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing that here, but bishop e4.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't mean to hint that you are not doing well, by the way. Actually, I think I messed this up.
No,
I didn't.
Just...
Sorry. No, I didn't. I did not mess it up.
Bishop f3.
Okay, so this attempt was, in my opinion, probably the most testing. If you play bishop f3, I just keep rolling, right?
Okay, yeah, I just thought if I played bishop c6 that you just played...
Yeah, so the idea would be that
b4.
you are one move short of holding me entirely.
Oh, okay.
So this is really close. If in this position your bishop was on b3, you count as winner.
But then don't you just play c4?
Yeah, just take it. You can hold the two, as you will see.
Okay.
I'm going to actually show you that by cheating and playing a king move. So c4 takes, now I play this, and you attack it. And now if I play, then you take, push in, and you control it. And if I push this guy, then you have the diagonal. And you manage to hold them all. But unfortunately for you, you're too late to the... Or you have one move too late to the party, because now I get to play this, and now I get to play this. And you can't hold that blockade. I will play this out so that you see it. How did I want to do this? Okay, so I'm going to... Actually, I don't have to cheat. So I go here, here... Yeah, I do have to cheat. Here, 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 here. So this blockade doesn't work. Because although you are holding all the pawns, but now with black to move, I'm going to outsmart you. So you need to have this hold 2 ranks up, and then it works. Now to accomplish that, just to save some time for you in this lesson, the only way to do this is to go behind right off the bat. Like you must attack from behind. That's the only way to do this. And so I show you why. If you do this, which we did, and then you go behind, you are just one move too late to the party to catch the A pawn. This is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
And now you just can't get there. So in contrast, if we go first right off the bat behind, then you are going to be able to catch the pawn. And this is the concept that I showed you when the bishop holds both pawns on the same diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now let's try other moves. If I play here in this position, let's say b6, then you go here. Now you are aiming for the blockade on b5.
Yep.
So a6 is the most logical. You provoke the pawn push again from behind. And then after bishop here, we have got the blockade.
Oh, wow.
They have c5 and then bishop b5. And now you blockaded the pawns. They need to start sacking themselves. And it's too soon for that to be successful. So that was bishop f5, a5. Let's try a b5 move. Now what you do again, so the logic is that you want to force them onto a dark square in a chain or where you can step in between them. So for example, you are already successfully blockading everybody. And by the way, this is also a good lesson about pawn structures that you absolutely hate and despise when otherwise connected pawns are split this far apart from each other. So even if this was a middle game scenario, you would frown upon a pawn structure like this because it offers so many weak squares on the board for opponent's pieces to use as outposts. So this is a broader concept already in the making. But yeah, if a6, you attack that guy too. a5, you come back for the attack. And now again, you created the wedge.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is a really, really, really cool exercise. It's actually from a Russian school book. So that legend about the Russian school and the Russian school of chess and the Soviet school of chess, this is a cute example of something that actually comes from that culture. Now, the reason why I brought this all up, because here the engine demonstrates this idea very nicely, that what the engine wants you to do is to go behind rather than trying to hold it from the front. And as I'm saying it, I can see already bishop b1 in pretty much every single line, just to slap on my own concept. Having said that, I didn't exactly anticipate g4 here. Which already only goes to show that you actually had a red hot go at winning this by keeping more pawns on the board. Because let's face it, this is not an easy move to find with the concept of hunting this down.
No. Yeah, we both had a minute on the clock at this point, the 30-second increment.
So let's see if we can win it after king here, bishop here. Now you see the point. I cannot pass to and fro here. I have to go backwards. But that's still, you could say that it's identical to the game. But now you move up. And if they play b4, you create the blockade.
I see. I see.
And after a4, now this pawn can't move because you take this. And this pawn can't move because that creates that big gap between the two pawns that I showed you before. And then, for argument's sake, I'll just play a pass. You park the bishop again and blockade the two pawns. And now this is Gonski. Because the bishop is holding the two pawns. And you are just going to eat the kingside pawns and game over.
I see.
Right?
Yeah, I had no idea how to use... Yeah.
So the only move left for black that I would try as a human is king here. And again, after king c5, it looks like we're succeeding in splitting the pawns. If a3, you come back here. And again, you manage to hold them. Whereas if they play b4, which is what I was worried about, then comes the real shocking fact, which is that black now has no moves. Because if you play a3, I block you again on those two pawns squares. Actually, I think I can't go there because of king a4. I have to start here. No, I can't because a2. Wait. So hold on. Bishop here. Oh. Holy cow, Daniel. This is very deep. King d4. And now b3 loses to king c3 and then a2 and you take with check and take.
Oh.
Wow. And if in this position they play b2, then you again accomplish the perfect blockade.
Wow.
Oh, that is sensational.
But does that just hold the draw at that point?
No, that wins. That wins because
wins.
then that completely wins because then the pawns are completely dominated and you will have to give them up. Like you run out of moves. I'm just gonna eat the pawns. Bang, bang, bang.
I see.
Black has nothing. Like you can see up on the top, it's like plus 55. It's not like,
Yeah.
and now with good technique, you are going to win. And now it's like, put the pieces back in the box right now. Wowzers. That is a beautiful practical example of the bishop's power from behind.
Yeah.
That was
amazing.
marvelous. But once again, Daniel, like I don't think I would have won this. So the concepts are so deep here. Like I would have needed here 40 minutes on my clock at least to at least have a chance to work it out. To have a chance. I'm not saying I would have.
Okay.
And I think
well,
this. Yep.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about the draw then.
No, neither should you. It's extremely deep. Having said that, even here, it's the engine claims they're going behind the pawn's policy to be quite powerful. I'm just playing out the moves now by the machine to see if they yield anything. Not really. Okay. And now it goes again. That's the classic motive. Okay, now I get this. So in this position, I'm in a bit of a zugi. Because if I go this way, the bishop goes behind. If I go this way, then it lets my king in. Although I have to be careful here. So even here, the idea is not to run for these, but to provoke the pawn moves in a way that allows you to blockade them first. So as you can see, after a4, the engine argues for bishop d3. I don't think we can go behind now because we can't get onto this diagonal. So after bishop e8, I managed to split the pawns, but unfortunately I can't catch them. So now my king is on the worst possible square. And if it were on king d6, for example, we would be winning because then the bishop blocks both pawns. But here the technique is still quite difficult because you have to cover them from the front.
Right.
But even I'm not blaming you, Daniel, for this not working out.